Hi, Tefl-Dude here, and today I'm going to show you how to use Zoom in 2025. Now, whether you're a seasoned professional or you're new to this video is for you because the new season is upon us and we have new students, new clients, new managers. We all need to know how Zoom works effectively, and the two predominant features that I'm going to focus on is the camera, or should I say the camera and the audio. Now, last year I had to put up with people with black screens, and it was like I was teaching in witness protection. So if you are in witness protection, you don't have to turn your camera on, but the majority of you are not. So you need to put your camera on because this is a communicative device. And if you're not able to see the other person's reactions and things, then the whole point of being online is pointless. So, I understand some of you may be insecure and you think, oh, I don't look pretty today or I have a bad hair day. Well, I'm going to show you some features where you can add a hat, even a mask or a mustache to your Zoom face. And that way, there's no excuse. If you have a bad hair day, just put on the face and the mask. So long as we can see somebody there, I know you're there and I'm not talking to a blank screen because you've gone off to make a coffee. So, in addition to that, we're going to be looking at the audio. Now, this video is the first of a couple where I'm focusing on Windows as the host and Windows as the guest. Now, in addition to that, because there might be some kind of problems with the mic or the camera that you can't avoid, I'm going to show you how to add your phone, the iPhone or Android, put it on a little stand like this. I'm going to show you how to add it to your meeting. So in a way, you'll have two screens on the meeting. It'll look like there's two of you, but there's just really the one of you. But at least you're able to see the information on a large screen and they are able to see your face. Now, some of you may claim that, oh, you have poor internet because of that. And I'm going to link you to this device here. This is called D-Link, and it's the best repeater going. And I use this when there was a couple of concrete walls between me and the router. So if your router's in another room and you don't get a good signal, the D-Link is the best. Don't get the TP-Link. I use that, trash, no good. This one, I guarantee you it works, and I will endeavor to make another video showing you how that works. Now remember, with shopping online, if you buy this online, you're allowed by law, in Europe at least, 2 weeks to give it back if you're not happy with it without any questions asked. So it's worth trying to do this. Now I've made a document on how best to start up. So we're going to move over to there now and I'll show you that. Now here's the document I've made and I'm going to link it to the description below so you can download it from my Google Drive. It's called Zoom Meetings, Windows Host and Windows Guest. There will be others when I'm using a different device like an iPad or an Android. To get it working perfectly every time, you need to do this. First, reboot your PC laptop for a fresh start. You never know if your parents have been using it or it's been on all day. Things get cloggy. Just give it a restart. The next, you're going to have to quit MS Teams if you have it running. Maybe you've been on MS Teams or maybe it automatically opens when you open Windows, which some of them do. Just go to this area here, right click and quit Teams. Next, I implore you to download the Zoom app. They're there for every device. Now, it gives you the best settings. You need that in order to get the avatars on and put on the mustaches and the sunglasses or make your camera look better. It's better if you have the Zoom app. However, if you have an emergency, you're on a different device and they don't have the Zoom app, maybe it's your company's and they're not allowing you to install things. Well, you can use the Chrome and Edge browser. When you try to log on, you'll end up with a picture that says, well, like here, you'll end up with a picture that says join from your browser here. However, here's a word of warning, especially for you leaders. Sometimes it isn't there. There is no join from your browser, and therefore you have to waste about 15 minutes waiting for them to download it. In order to fix this, if you're the leader, if it's your Zoom account, there are 3 functions that you should turn on. I'm just going to show you very quickly how to do them. There's the breakout rooms, that isn't on by default. The automated captions, which you can see what people are saying, a bit like subtitles, and show join from your browser link. That wasn't on when I first installed Zoom. So all you have to do is, you do have to go to the online account. So log in to your Zoom account online, then quickly go down to My Accounts, to the settings, and click on Meetings. And there you'll find all 3. You'll scroll down to the breakout rooms, turn it on here, automated captions, turn it on here, and show join from browser. Turn it on here and make sure that both of them are on to join from a mobile or a desktop. So we're going to click on the Zoom icon, and then we're going to, well, I'm going to sign in because I'm the teacher. You will see here, join a meeting or sign up. Now, if you're a student, or like you say, if it's not your machine and it doesn't have Zoom, you can just click join a meeting. You don't have to worry about signing up. But if it is your computer, I implore you to sign up, because you won't get those avatar mustaches and masks and things without signing up. That's just one of the things. So let's move over to my computer now, and I'll just show you. So here I'm going to double click on the Zoom link. And for me, because I have logged in before, there I am. Now I'm going to be using the free account, which only gives me 40-minute meetings, but I can have as many of them as I want during the day. Obviously, I have a schools account as well, but I'm just going to go into this one. As you can see, it says join a meeting, so I can join someone else's meeting or sign into a different account. So I'm going to sign in now. And my password. And there you can see my Zoom account. Now, don't worry about the other things, the meetings, team chat. You can look at them yourself. It's self-explanatory. You either start a meeting now. I could just click this and start a new meeting, and it'll ask me to fix the camera and the audio. Or I can schedule a meeting. So for this time, let's just schedule a meeting, because you will need to give the people you want to join you a code or some numbers. Here, it just says my name and the meeting, and you've got the timing. Now, this timing doesn't mean anything. I can set this for 1 o'clock. It's now 20 to 1, but I can actually start the meeting even before that, and or even after it. But it will only run 40 minutes. Obviously, if you have a pro account, then this doesn't matter. This is just for your information on your let's say your Outlook or your Google Mail calendar. Doesn't mean a thing. You can join whenever you like, regardless of this. So I'm going to repeat, never add invitees. I'm going to add one person, which is me, really, my other account. And I have to press enter. And there it says this is an external person, not part of the group. Now, I could give this person a personal meeting ID. And that's really useful, because we're going to use the same number all the time. That number never changes. And we could have it for meetings if you're in a group with friends and colleagues that you always want them to have this one ID. But for now, I'm just going to put on general. Okay. So it's going to give a new ID every time. And I'll just click send. And there you can see is our calendar date. If you were to click in the middle of it, this would pop up, and this also would pop up. And you can see it says it's got the email that I want to send it. But I will warn you, I'll click send, but it won't actually send. I'll click send, but it won't be sent to where I want it to go, because you do have to go here and connect now to manage your calendar. So what I'm going to do is send that link via my own Outlook account. Do it properly. So that's a little thing you need to know. Don't trust it to be sent. Just go into your own email proper and send it to the people that need to see it. Now we're almost there and ready to start the meeting. To start it, you can click these three dots and just click start meeting. Or if you just click the middle of that box, this pop-up comes and I will click start. And what you'll notice is at the beginning, this will arrive. You'll get this image, and if you don't, I'll show you how to fix that, because if you don't see this image, you'll jump straight into the meeting, and you don't want that. You always want to see this so you can fix your camera. So let's start now by fixing the camera. Okay, so let's choose a camera. You can see this says OBS camera, but that's the one I'm using to record this. That's one you can see. So let's choose another one, as I do have others. I have here the C922 Pro Stream camera. And once you've chosen it, you have to click this box here. Now, I don't see it, but I know my camera's on, and this is where some people might run into problems. What I'm going to do is, because it's connected with a cable, I'm simply going to unplug it and plug it in again. Okay? See, I unplugged it, plugged it in again, pressed that button, and this is what arrived. Now, you might be happy with this scenario, this picture, this image. It might be fine for you. But please take a look at the settings. Here, you don't know this, but all of your cameras, whether it's the camera on your laptop or not, have this ability to HD video. And look what happens when I click it. Wow, I've kind of zoomed away. It's kind of give you a wide angle lens. So that's really good. Also, you can try this portrait lighting if it's too dark. Sometimes people have, light behind them, like a window. And if you click this, portrait lighting, wow, it makes the back dark and the front light. Sweet, yeah? And this works for also, this is a specific camera, the Logitech, but it also works just for the crappy camera on your laptop. Look, I'll choose a different camera if I can. I'll choose my integrated camera. So here I am on my laptop camera, because I have it to the side, I have a monitor. If I take off the HD, look, if you like this kind of idea of your face quite large, that's fine. Or if you prefer this, it might be nicer. Probably with the mask, it works better if you're close up. And also the portrait lighting, see, it looks a bit, it looks a bit bad. Whereas if I put on the portrait lighting, it looks a bit better. So I'm going to go back to my other camera. There we are. So, and I'm going to take off the portrait lighting. I don't really need that. But I will leave the HD video on. I like that. Now, adjust for low lighting, touch up appearance. You've got that, which is on by default. Have a look here. You've got, while these have links like here, they are just part of this toolbar that runs up and down. So you've got your virtual backgrounds, obviously, very nice. Depending on how much light is on you, that works or it doesn't work. You've got your blur, obviously. And you've got your avatars, so you can give yourself a head, moose head, whatever that is. You also have these filters, which is nice. So if it's, Christmas time and you want the Christmas lights, that's fine. But also, this is where I was saying, if you've got a bad hair day, well, just wear a hat. just put that on. Or if you've been out, all night drinking, then you might want these ones. Or if you really, really have a bad hair day and you've got some hideous thing going on with your hair, then you can wear this one. So that's quite nice. But obviously, we'd rather you didn't. And at the end of the day, if you feel you might look better with a mustache, I think I would. I would like a. I wish I had a black mustache and hair, because I just have grey. It goes well with grey. Now, these features you only have if you've signed in and given it an account. So it's worth signing in so you have these extra features. Now, notice on this bar on the left, you've got the audio as well. So I don't have to, I could click out here and then go here to the audio. They're all much the same. And here you can test your speaker, and you can hear that. And I can test my microphone, which is using, actually it's using this mic, the same mic. We'll test it though. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And this is important, where I mentioned if this is turned off, you will jump straight into the meeting. So this is where you can fix it. Go here to meetings, webinars, and make sure it's always on the first time. And that way you can test if your camera's working or not. Because sometimes your computer does, change its mind. Or like with that webcam, I had to unplug it and plug it again. It's worth testing before you go into the room. That's that. And now I'm ready to click this button and start the meeting. Now, you may have noticed I've changed my camera to the virtual OBS camera, which is much better. It's the one I use for recording. If you want to know how to do that, I'll just show you this little picture where it says you have to click virtual camera, start virtual camera, and then you can use it in your Zoom meetings. So I'm going to start now. Okay, so the first thing that's here, you'll see there's toolbar at the bottom. Now, these tools are only visible when you're not sharing, okay? Once I'm sharing, there's different tools. First thing you want to do is here is disable this enable waiting room, because if you don't, then you'll keep getting people saying, can I come in? Can I come in? Like knocking on the door. You don't want that, so disable that. I'm going to leave it on for now, just to show you what happens. You've got meeting info in case somebody calls you and says, can you please give me the meeting? And all you need to do is give them these two pieces of information, the meeting ID and the passcode. Now, I'm going to turn that off. You have other things here, like you can start recording it. You can record it to your hard drive or to Zoom, but only if you pay. You've got show captions. So if they want, when they open it, they have to open their captions. Even though I had the captions showing, my students couldn't see it. So there's no point in me having it, really, because it doesn't record it. The breakout rooms I'll show you later. So now let's get our friend connected with me, and then we'll see what happens when maybe their camera doesn't work so well. So here I am on the other device, and we're going to open the meeting. Remember, you've got join from browser at the bottom. So if I cancel that, I could join from the browser, but I'm not. I'm going to join from the work app because they have installed it. And then, like the teacher, they will also have this option to use different cameras. They can turn that one on and then check the microphone and join. Now, I will try to deaden their microphone once this has happened. Okay, so they have this image because they're waiting for me to admit them. So I'm going to admit them. And there's an echo. So I'm going to turn off their mic. I'm also going to turn off my mic because that's just causing an echo. Don't do this when you're teaching, obviously. So let's make this large. Now, imagine something went wrong. Imagine they can't connect to their video, or their video's bad, it's poor, or something's gone wrong here. So now suddenly I don't have their video, but what they can do is use their phone. So they can go here, click on this, they can see me nice and large, and they can click on meeting info ID. And there they can see the number at the top here. So what I'm going to do is pretend I'm Tosh, Windows 11, and I'm going to go onto my iPhone and look for the Zoom app. Again, you could do it in the browser, but the Zoom app is better. Sign in. No, join a meeting. Sorry. Join a meeting. And I have to put the meeting ID in. So I'm going to pause because this takes a while. But now it wants the passcode. And press continue. And I'll click join. Now you can see on the iPhone, because I have it sideways on, I have to admit them. Let's see what happens. Once again, I'm going to mute their mic because, as you can see, it's gone that way. I'm just going to hold it up one way and then turn it sideways. There. It's much better now. And there you can see I have it on the iPhone as well. So our friend here can see me and can see the documents. Now I can't see our iPhone person, so I'm going to click on them. See if I tap the middle of the iPhone, you'll notice I can click on video. And now the video will start. And I put the background of the bedroom I was in as a teaching student. And unfortunately, I think that's my dinner on the bed. So that's the background. So I've got our friend on camera now. So he can use the laptop for the document to be shared with, which I will share with you in a minute. And the camera he can use, and I can see him, etc., etc. Now, this is important with the iPhone. Remember, you've got 3 buttons at the bottom. So if you swipe this way, it's tap to speak. If you swipe the other way, you get all 3 images, or however many people are there. And this is important because when you decide to chat on this, if I go to chat, let's go on here. I'm going to write something in the chat like hello or hi. See, it says on the phone it says hi, on there it says hi, but if I go to have a look at the chat on the phone, it changes. It becomes like a normal phone, so it's like sideways now, like that. And I can write on the chat, I can do things, but in order to get back to the meeting, I have to click X, the top X. And it will take me back to this image, tap to speak. You then have to swipe again. So anytime you want to chat, it'll take you into the chat, the X will take you into that other space here, and you have to swipe back to the meeting. It's a bit cumbersome, a bit annoying. Let me know if that happens on Android phones. I'm not sure it does. I don't have an Android phone, but later I will be showing you how this works on an Android tablet and an iPad and a Mac. So here's our meeting. Now I want to share a document. Okay, so I'm going to share a document. I have a PDF open already. And this is what I want to share with the students. Put that down. Now, notice, remember I was telling you, you get another bar, another toolbar. If I click Show Meeting, now, I have kind of 2 toolbars, and they keep disappearing on one another. So I'll try and do this. So you notice that I'm going to move my arrow between the both of them so they stay up. Notice that only the meeting and the host tools are on the bottom bar. This share bar doesn't show it. But I don't want this image here, this just shows what my screen looks like to other people. This should remain hidden. So if you're sharing, make sure you click Hide Meeting. And there it's hidden. Put this at the bottom. And now here I always use Gallery View. So I can do that. Now I'm going to put the camera back on here just to imagine it's two people in the meeting. So here's the video. So I'm going to put the video back on, and it's like I've got two students. Yay. Or I could just have one. Now, here in this meeting, what I tend to do is, because I have a big monitor, if I'm sharing, I'll lower this a bit so I can still use the tools for writing with and drawing with. And by the way, if you are in a meeting or teaching, get yourself one of these. This is a tablet I've got. It's called Bamboo tablet. It's an old one as well. And it's great because not only is it cheaper because it's old, it's actually better. You get more functions. You got loads of function buttons that the newer versions charge you a lot of money for. I'll put a link in the description below as to the type of machine it is. And one day I'll make a video about all the tools I've got and, you know, where you can buy them and how much they cost. So now I can write with a pen. I can write, hello. This is great stuff, you know. And if I want to erase it, I can just, on the pen, I've got this back button, which I just click it and it will just undo anything I've written. Really fantastic bit of machinery. So one extra thing I want to show is that you can actually share two things, especially if you're sharing audio or video. I'm going to show you this video here goes with this topic here. Now there's the video, and if you want to add subtitles to it, if you have a Windows 11 computer, obviously you can add the captions like in the bottom bar, but they have to do that individually. But if I want everyone to see the subtitles, I click Control Windows L, and this is for any Windows 11 computer. You all have this. And over here, so this bar appears, and you can go to the settings and change the color, change the size. And once I press play, now I just noticed that no one can see this at the moment. I have to share these things. So I go to the share, and here, holding control, I click the video, and I click the live captions, share. And now, see, this bar sometimes pops up and down, and it's annoying. If that's so, just while I digress, you can actually hide the floating meeting controls like that, hide. But if you want to bring them back, you just press escape and they're back. Now here, everyone should now be able to see the video. No? Yeah, there it is. Took a bit of time, maybe because of the internet. And I'll play a bit more. Now, if I was to click on here, if I was to pause the video and write some information here, the video disappears. But if you download Power Toys, I've got a little video, I'll put a link in the description above, Power Toys, you can press Control Windows T and it will make that stay on the top. It's really good for when you're playing audios, you know, whether you're in a classroom or, you know, a classroom on board, on a computer, or in an online meeting. It's really useful because now I can draw and play a bit more of the video, pause, write something. So it's much better if you use this tool. Don't forget to check out the video. So let's close all this. Now, the final thing, just to show you, is about the chat, because the chat is where you can share documents with your students. So I have this document here, this video document, and I want to share it with my students. So I just put it in the chat, and you can see there it is. And I just press send. Now, If they're on a web browser, they might not get it. I'm not sure. But on Android, it was very difficult to find. It is somewhere, but I don't know where it is. So here you can see I'm uploading it. And I'm just going to click off that. So if I go to the chat here, remove this, you can see there it is, and I can download it, and it asks me where I want to download it, and I download it to downloads. Why not? Downloads. And then I can use it later. But normally, during lessons, I'm always showing what they need to see. So don't worry if you don't download it. As for the phone, like I said, when you go to chat, it is there. So you can download it onto your iPhone, and there you go. And you can watch it later. But now I have to click on the X, which will take me back to this screen again, swipe left, yada, yada, yada. So I think that's all we need to be showing you now. Remember, you can write to everyone, or you can private message people. Sometimes there'll be names here, so I just want to private message one of the students. You can have a new chat, and I can just talk to the one person. I can type a message here just to one person. So that's the chat. That's the sharing the documents, which is useful. Now, before we go, let's quickly show what a breakout room does. So I'm going to make a breakout room with our two participants. Imagining they're two different people. So let's open the rooms. Now, everyone, you noticed, has had a meeting to join, and they have to click join. So click join there. And now, for some reason, I'm upside down, at least on this one. So they're in breakout rooms. So maybe I have to do that again and twist it. Yeah. So with the phone, I had to twist it one way and back again, sideways. So they're in a breakout meeting, but they're waiting for me. So what I do is I simply click join. So I'm going to join the meeting. Okay. And now we can all talk together. Now what you need to understand is often breakout rooms aren't recorded by whoever's in charge of the recordings. So in a way, a bit like Fight Club, what happens or is said in breakout rooms stays in breakout rooms. So here you have your meeting, and then as a teacher, I normally jump out of this room and go to another breakout room, or you can simply close them all. So that's good. And also, whoever enters the breakout room first is the person who can share. Remember, once you've been in a breakout room and you come back, the audio will be off if you're trying to share the audio. So if I wanted to share that document again, that's fine. But the audio, I would have to turn it on separately. Okay, so the audio isn't automatically on. And that's that. I'll just double click this screen. That's all for today. What I'm going to do in the next video, I'm not going to run through the Windows 11 host again. I'm just going to presume you've watched this. I'm going to link you to watch this again. I'm just going to quickly show you how the iPad works as a guest and the Android works as a guest. And maybe also the iMac, the MacBook, because I have some people on a MacBook and they can't find documents or they can't get things working. But we know how it works on Windows. So remember, turn your camera on, give this a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video.